Hey guys, here to do another episode of Cobra's Corner. Today I will be doing something a little different and be doing a look at, if I get it in camera there, it's the high-grade Universal Century The O from Gundam, Gundam series Zeta. Really good model kit. I haven't put it together yet, so I'll show you how it looks in its tree and everything. This is just the front of the box anyway. I'll give you a look at the box as well because it's really nicely done. I'll put it together. I won't show you that because I'll take a long time and me shaving bits of crap off it would be kind of boring. Besides, you get instructions to do that anyway, so I'm sure you could figure it out if you were doing it. I'll put it together and I'll show you the figure. So I will see you well soon for the look of this bit. See you in a bit, guys. Okay, so here is the box for the O. A bit of a weird name for a mobile suit, but I think it's quite nice. Lovely artwork on here. It looks great all the way around. It gives you some... This is still just the inside. More shots of the side there, nothing too interesting. Oops, I'm doing this one-handed, that's no good. Some shots of how the figure would look completed and fully painted and stuff, but luckily with this stuff you don't usually need to paint too much of it, which is good. So I'll show you the instruction manual that you get. A massive thing here with some details on here, like the weapons, the alloy they use and stuff. It's actually quite fiddly to film because it's quite large. You get bigger images on the back of all the details and stuff. Also get a paint colour guide if you want to add bits yourself. A nice bit here, I guess a profile of what's all going down here. It's extra features like its hidden arms, which we'll get onto. More profile, lovely Photoshop work, and some sketches as well of the the O, which is good. And then you just open it up and you've got all the instructions and stuff like that. So that's a really nice little instruction guide. And then we get the trees, I think they're known as, which are the parts with all of the bits on. Nice thing about this is you can tell that you don't need to paint so much because we've got the red with black and purple, pink, green. The main body, which is this beige colour. You know, I'm not going to go through all of these parts because, you know, who cares. We've also got beam sabers here. So really that's all I can say about it until I put it together, so I'll be right back with the completed model. Hey guys, and I'm back with the O, finished and completed after quite a few hours of putting him together. He did take a hell of a long time, but he is glorious. As we move the camera down slightly, there we go. You can see how good this figure is, just going all the way around him, just very quickly, and we'll go into the details in a bit. And he's pretty faithful to how he looks in the, on the box, which is off to the side here, and the instruction manual. Things like inside these vents and over the top here need to be coloured, and it could do with a bit of line panelling done, I think it's called. But the articulation is, of course, with these figures, really, really top quality, and it looks really good all the way around. Head is on a ball joint, and you know, you can do all the head movements. The arms they can wiggle a little bit, but not a lot, but they do go all the way around, or at least a good portion of the way around. The arms go out to about that far. It's nice that that goes out, but this part can also move out, so you get a bit more movement there. It's just nice how all these parts kind of snag and go together nicely. It twists at the top, it bends at the elbow, it rotates at the wrist. Same for the other arm, of course. Has a little bit of waist articulation, Not a lot. Oh no, it just takes a bit more force, but he does have good waist articulation there. His front skirts are on a ball joint. They're a little loose, but they do move forward and they do wobble about a bit. Side skirts move in and out a little bit again, and the back skirt can pivot up slightly for the boost, for the jets and thrusters to push them forward. The legs, now this is where the good stuff comes into. You see these wires? They move about in it as well. It took a while to get these to work right, but he's got this nice ankle joint here, which twists and does everything it should be because it's on a ball joint. The knees bend. I haven't had much of a time to play with this, I've only just finished him. It has two knee joints, but because of the way the skirt works and everything, you can't get too much of it done, but you don't need to really. And that's pretty much all of his articulation, I think, off the top of my head. Oh, another nice point is these front parts on the feet move up as the feet move up. So when you pull the feet back down, you just, you know, pull that back down into position, which is awesome. Now, gimmicks and features of this figure. One thing I wouldn't say I don't like, but I've never been fond of with these models since I've got a couple of them. He's got one extra hand, and I can show it with you here. The way you get weapons into the hands is you get the knuckle part and the top half of the hand, and you just simply, I say simply, it's you pull it apart like that, and it pegs in. This one's a nicer one than most. Most just kind of like a slot. Well, the ones I have anyway. But it doesn't really hold weapons that well. I mean, it does okay. It's the O has a better hand than most of the other ones do, and it clips together and it holds nicer than a lot of the others do. Nice detail on there, by the way. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not a giant fan of them, and it only has 3 hands. I would have liked it if you got another one of these trigger hands for at least here, so you could have the gun in either hand. And speaking of the gun, it is a fairly awesome gun. There you go. This is his beam rifle, which is really powerful and looks really good. I love the wire going across there. Like I say, it could do with some black pen going over the lines there just to make it pop a bit more, but it's really good. A problem that I find again with these kind of Gundam models is the ones with the longer barrels kind of clash against the elbow, and the hand has to be at an odd angle to hold it and make it look good. But it's not a huge problem. It's just you need to finagle it around until you get it into the position you want. What's nice as well is he comes with 4 beam sabers, really long beam sabers as well. I mean, you stand that, the handle is on the floor, and that stretches up nearly the full height of him. The handle's there, by the way. It's a nice handle. The beam blade is a bit simple, but you know, it's see-through and it's yellow, so you know, it's fine. I like how it's a little bit curved, almost like the slashing motion, so it's nice, don't get me wrong, but you get 4 of them. They're all the same, but the reason you get 4 is 1 for each hand, plus his big gimmick, which is under his front skirts. You finagle it forward, and you twist around, and he's got his 2 secret hands. Well, 1 at the moment. Need to grab the other one. It's a little bit fiddly to get them out. And like I say, I haven't had a giant play with these yet. There, that was just to stop the camera from shaking too much. The good thing about the arms is they have a joint at the skirt part here, so I'll be better from this angle. They can do that, and it has another joint where it can twist and still bend, and it's got a wrist joint as well. So good articulation again in these smaller hands, and these small hands are really for holding the extra beam sabers. They are a bit fiddly to get the beam sabers in sometimes, but you just do that one there, and I'm just doing this quickly and throwing the beam saber at the camera. Well done, Andrew. You're doing another great video as usual, top quality. It's not going in. I'll wobble the hand just to make it look more dramatic, and then you can cross the blades like that. You can see how the skirt was in a position, but now it's slowly flopping back. A bit of a shame, but I don't know. There may be a way to tighten the joint up somehow. I will move the camera back. Oh no! Before I do that, the great thing about the beam saber handles is they store really nicely in the side skirt here. They're the other two handles, and these just you grab them and just slot them into place. And he's got two holes for the other side as well. So, you know, if you don't want him to hold his beam sabers, you can put the handles in, which is a really good feature and accurate to the show as well. So, we'll move the camera back up. So, just my final thoughts on this. It's a really, really good model. It stands really nicely. I will say that the colour here is not the exact colour as it is on the box. It's slightly more deep yellow on the box, and it's more beigey kind of colour here, but I'd say this is probably more accurate to the show Zeta, which is from Gundam Zeta. Good show, by the way. Very old school anime if you're interested in that kind of stuff. Really good price for him as well. I think from Hobby Link Japan I got him for 2,800 yen. Don't ask me how much that is, but I was happy to pay it, and I will probably be doing, well, I've got one other decent model kit that I may review, well, I'll show in my corner anyway. So yes, this is Cobra's Corner. Thank you for watching, guys. If you have any suggestions on how to make these ones better, like do you want to know about the character who pilots the O, which is Optimus Shiroko? Well, you won't find out about him, I just mean about later ones. So if I do the Hyakushiki, do you want to know about Lieutenant Quattro Bagina? Do you want to know more about the Hyakushiki in the series? Like, what do you want to see from this in the future? Because I think these models are really good. They're really detailed. I've missed out on a load of the detail. Hopefully the camera's picked most of it up, because there's a load like behind on the back skirt, which we can't get around to see because I need to pull pieces off. Anyway, I'm really tired, but thank you guys for watching. This is me waffling on for far too long. Cobra Commander saying, see you later, guys.